according to the Ministry of Justice and Office of National Statistics, you can see there that there are 88% of defendants prosecuted for the child sexual abuse in England and Wales in 2022. They are white. There are only 2% in the there are only 7% Asians in the entire offenders, and only 2% are Pakistanis. The crime, the rape, this is a major issue. They are somehow like pushing that issue of the rape, the other things, or the other thing, just to put everything on a certain minority, or you can say on ethnicity. The rape cases or the grooming gangs or grooming younger vulnerable girls, it's not about that it was only British girls. It was Pakistani origin girls also. There were Muslim girls also who were being like groomed and exploited then.
She said in her documentary, in her interview, that when she reported the first incident to the police in the UK did not take her seriously.
You're right. Like at the Pakistani, where there's something happened with the Pakistani, it should be taken as a serious offense as it is taken against any other ethnicity. Pakistani origin people, they're directly contributing almost £1 billion every year.
Yeah.
So how come like a far right leader will come out in parliament and you will say like we should cancel their visa, we should do this, we should do this? I would urge all of our Muslim leaders, Pakistani leaders, to come forward and take this issue very seriously. Pakistanis, 6% of the British doctors, they are Pakistani origin.
Good evening and welcome to White News English. I'm your host, Ariba Tirmizi. Tonight, we shift our focus to a topic of global significance: sexual violence and exploitation. While the issue of grooming gangs continues to make headlines in the UK, India has long grappled with a severe crisis of sexual violence, earning the unfortunate label of rape capital. With over 39,000 rape cases reported in 2022 alone, cultural attitudes and systemic challenges in India have not only shaped its domestic landscape but also cast a shadow on its diaspora abroad. Joining us to provide an in-depth analysis is one of the UK's most respected journalists, Mr. Hamza Latif, and he's doing his master's in journalism at the University of Durham. Together, we'll explore how these societal tendencies impact global perceptions and examine whether they contribute to the challenges the UK faces today. Stay with us as we uncover the complexities behind this issue. Okay, Hamza, the issue of grooming gangs has almost always been sensationalized, with political agendas distorting the broader reality. And this has led to the unfair targeting of specific communities in the UK while ignoring the systemic nature of the problem. How do you perceive the role of media and politics in shaping this particular narrative?
So thank you so very much for inviting me to your show. This is a problem you can see everywhere now in the UK. Whenever you turn on the TV, you will see like they will particularly stigmatize or align this issue with a certain community or certain minority of the UK. But if we go to the facts and see facts, what are the facts? According to the Ministry of Justice and Office of National Statistics, you can see there that there are 88% of defendants prosecuted for the child sexual abuse in England and Wales in 2022. They are white. And if the community or the Pakistani origin, British origin, whatever you say, there are only 2% in the there are only 7% Asians in the entire offenders, and only 2% are Pakistanis. So I think there are it's much more than that. The entire issue for this time, it started with a tweet of Elon Musk, who is now famous for rewriting the history, intervening in the different nations and the politics of different nations, and he's alleging the Prime Minister of UK of being like doing all of these things just for the Muslim votes. Isn't it ironic for everyone who is sitting inside the UK, or who belongs to a particular community, you are giving the blank check to those who are committing these kind of crimes and offense. Like you are saying to the UK, or the entire, like to a gender, that you should be aware of the 2% of the men who are committing, and you're giving clean check to 88% of the men. So we should see this thing, or we should analyze this thing through the crimes, not with any ethnicity or anything. So unfortunately, a lot of things are going here in the UK. So I think this is very like disheartening for the people who are living here.
So, as you were talking about recent statistics, I would also like to mention that the UK National Police Chiefs Council revealed that 85% of the offenders in group based child sexual abuse cases are white, as you mentioned as well, while only 7% are Asians, and among those 7%, 5% are Indians and 2% are Pakistanis, and
Yeah.
the rest 5% are Africans. What is your
Yeah.
perspective on how these figures challenge the existing stereotypes about the perpetrators of such crimes?
I think the main issue is like when you analyze the politics of UK, or you see the politics of UK, you can see there is a clear, clear indication toward the far right. If you see the Reform Party head, who is Nigel Farage, or the other people who are more into the far right or towards the far right, or the anti-Muslim or Islamophobic rhetoric, like you can see a clear depiction of the politics here. Like Elon Musk, the richest man of the world, he tweeted that Tommy Robinson, who is Islamophobic, he is prosecuted for his very extreme views, the way he dealt that 14-year Syrian kid, and he's propagating for a person who is already prosecuted by the UK law, and on the offenses which are very serious for the culture of UK or the British culture itself. It's not the British culture is not just like to be against any minority, or against any other ethnicity, or you can say any religion. So there are a lot more reports, local reports. You can see there are reports in 2010 that came in Cornell in 2010. It is evident that there were no brown men indication in that. Then you can see a 2023, a more recent report in Midland, then the Glasgow 2023. You can see there are no brown men in that. The crime, the rape, this is a major issue. They are somehow like pushing that issue of the rape, the other things, or the other thing, just to put everything on a certain minority, or you can say on ethnicity. So the most interesting part of this case is like you might have the heard of the name of Nazir Afzal, who was the crown prosecutor of this all case. He's a Muslim. He's a Pakistani-born Muslim. He led this entire, like you can say, entire investigation or prosecution. He prosecuted a lot of Muslim men in that. So it's not about like you can find everywhere. Like the crime does not belong to any ethnicity, any religion, or anywhere else.
Hmm.
So, yeah, crime to be dealt with the crime, not to be ethnicity or any other thing.
Right. But Hamza, like, if we talk about cultural influences, and because a lot of people from different parts of Southeast Asia emigrate to the UK, and if we talk about
Yeah.
Indians, as the UK National Police Chiefs Council's survey said, that 5% of these perpetrators are Indians. And in India, as you know, New Delhi has its own reputation of being rape capital of India, and somehow also on the top list in, the rape cases in the world. How do you think these cultural attitudes influence the broader discussion on sexual violence and exploitation linked to specific communities in the UK?
I think I would still go with the point that no crime or if you take the rape cases or the grooming gangs or grooming younger vulnerable girls, it's not about that it was only British girls. It
Hmm.
was Pakistani origin girls also. There were Muslim girls also who were being like groomed and exploited then. So I would say like I also like saw a few interviews in Indian media. This was like very disheartening that how they were like uh, they were just like puppets or just mouthpiece of some far right English political party. They were just propagating the things which were not actually true.
Hmm.
I would say like I would not like say like just like them, like it has something to do with their nationality or something like that. I would say like we should like I was listening to one of the victim, um, who she was saying that it was more traumatic for her now, like she can't sleep again. She had like that flashbacks again in after so many years.
Yeah.
So I would say like Indians or either any other nationality should come forward against the victim, not against any minority or any ethnicity, minority ethnicity.
I completely agree with you that, these crimes should not have the stigma of a particular ethnicity or a religion attached to itself. But the thing is that we have seen, since the 80s, we have seen an exponential rise in honor killings among the South Asian communities in the UK itself. And then, people are coming from India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and all these other Asian countries. So obviously, there's a reputation among the white people that, oh, maybe, the Asians are more to be blamed. And if we talk about India in particular, last year's report, I would like to cite it correctly. In 2022, the National Crime Records Bureau in India reported over 31,500 rape cases per year, and that is about 86 cases daily. So, how do you think, because over the last 15 years, we've also seen an exponential rise in people emigrating to the UK from India. To what extent do you believe that migration and import of societal attitudes, these are the same people that have been born and bred in India and now they're living in the UK. So their societal attitudes might play a role in grooming gangs issue. Don't you believe that?
I would slightly disagree with your point that if someone is bringing that kind of attitudes from their homeland, or you can say like if I won't buy this idea like if there is a Pakistani, I'm a Pakistani, I migrated from Pakistan to UK, I
Hmm.
would bring such kind of attitude with me. There are like this is a crime. This has no ethnicity. This has no religion. It should be dealt as a crime. It's not an Indian crime, it's not a Pakistani crime, it's not a white crime, it's not a black crime, it is a crime.
Yeah.
We should emphasize on this idea. This is crime. This should be like, either if it's happening in India, they should have a better legislation to prosecute the offenders. They should they should give some kind of safety to the victims, not to the yeah.
But I would like to mention the systemic problem here. A couple of days ago, I saw a documentary about a woman named Nina. She's from a Sikh Indian family who was subjected to
Yeah.
honor killing and forced child marriage. And I would like to point this out that she said in her documentary, in her interview, that when she reported the first incident to the police in the UK did not take her seriously. So don't you believe this is a systemic problem, that the problems
Yeah.
among Asian communities are not being taken seriously in the UK?
Yeah, this is the main problem in grooming gangs too. It's not about only Indians. Uh, the majority of victims are from a very vulnerable background, very like less fortunate background. They are not from the very well stable income background. They're coming from very poor background
Yeah.
who got prey to that grooming gangs. When they went to the police didn't take them serious either. They're from the British. They're British born. They're the British nationals.
Yeah.
So the problem is where there's a link with this thing. Either you're right, like either Pakistani, there's something happened with the Pakistani, or they it should be taken as a serious offense as it is taking against any other ethnicity.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And particularly in this sense, I would say the UK is struggling a lot in terms of, the mitigation burden it has right now. And,
Yeah,
mitigating these issues and providing that kind of security and safety to vulnerable communities, and especially women and children of different colors and different ethnicities. I completely agree with you,
exactly.
Hamza. And I would thank you, for your valuable insights into this critical topic.
Another point, like the way India media is propagating this thing against Pakistani ethnicity, this is
Hmm.
very disheartening when we all are coming from a same background, like we are coming from a South Asian background.
Yeah.
How come an ethnicity just link this kind of issue with another ethnicity? And the other thing I would emphasize on the Muslim leaders or the Pakistani leader, they should come forward to at least to speak in favor of the people of the large, or you can say the big diaspora who are residing inside the UK. They should come, and at least the Pakistani leader who are right now in the UK, they should speak for the Muslims. They should speak for the Pakistani people who are already living. Just for your information, Pakistanis. 6% of the British doctors, they are Pakistani
Yeah.
origin. There are a lot of people who are in the takeaways, they who are in the economy of the UK. You can say like Pakistani origin, yeah, or you can say Pakistani origin people. They are directly contributing almost 1 billion pounds every year.
Yeah.
So how come like a far right leader will come out in parliament and you'll say like we should cancel their visa, we should do this, we should do this? I would urge all of our Muslim leader or Pakistani leader to come forward and take this issue very seriously.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hamza Latif, for your valuable insights into this critical topic. And for my viewers, tonight we've delved into the stark realities of sexual violence in India that is impacting not only India itself, but its reputation worldwide, and the cultural attitudes that fuel it, along with its broader implications, including its impact on the Indian diaspora in the UK. This conversation reminds us that addressing sexual exploitation demands systemic reform, global collaboration, and an unwavering commitment to justice. It is only by understanding the roots of such issues that we can begin to address them effectively. To our viewers, let's continue these crucial conversations, challenge these stereotypes, and advocate for change. Thank you for watching White News English. Have a safe and thoughtful evening, and I'll see you soon next time.